Remember that moment. You're in the middle of an argument. Your voice is rising. Your pulse is pounding in your ears. You're staring straight into the other person's eyes, and inside you, that unshakable, steel-hard conviction passes through your mind. I'm right. I'm certain. They're wrong. And I know the truth. What you feel in that moment is pure power, a kind of intoxication of clarity. The world feels solid beneath your feet. Your direction is clear, your compass steady. But what if I told you that, at that exact moment, you're actually standing at the edge of a cliff? That map you're holding, the one you think explains life, politics, human relationships, or that new field you've just stepped into. That isn't a map. It's a rough sketch your mind hurriedly scribbled because it's terrified of empty space. Your tragedy isn't that the map is wrong. Your tragedy is believing the map is complete. In the cold hallways of psychology, they call this the Dunning-Kruger effect. But I'm going to give it a more honest name: the most compassionate and most ruthless trick your mind plays on you. Come. Let's look at this map more closely. Why is it that the less you know about something, the more confident you feel about it? Why, at the very first step, does that feeling, "I'm an expert at this," flood your lungs? Because the map in your hands is so small, so simple, that you can't yet see the vast ocean still undiscovered, the mountains yet to be crossed, the terrifying details waiting beyond your sight. The edges of the map don't say, "Here be dragons." The edges of the map end exactly where your vision ends, and you mistake that tiny visible patch for the entire universe. This isn't a crime. It isn't even arrogance, really. It's your mind's survival mechanism. Think about it. If our ancestors, upon hearing a rustle in the savannah, had stopped to ponder, is this an aerodynamic vibration of the wind or possibly a lion? They wouldn't have survived long enough for you to be here. The mind hates emptiness. Uncertainty is its greatest enemy. So it fills the gaps immediately, if not with knowledge, then with belief, with assumptions. Your brain injects you with a false sense of confidence so you don't freeze in the face of terrifying uncertainty. It whispers, "Walk." What you know is enough. The map is complete. That's why the people who know the least speak the loudest, because they lack the knowledge required to recognize what they don't know. This is the double burden. First, you make the wrong decision. Second, you lack the competence needed to realize that it was wrong. This mechanism was meant to protect you, to push you into action. But in the modern world, that ancient shield traps you in blindness. When you defend your idea in a meeting, when you type that comment on social media, when you accuse the other person in your relationship, you can't see that your map is incomplete. Because to see its incompleteness, you would have to step beyond it, to learn deeply, to listen carefully, to stay longer. And then a strange paradox begins. As you start walking toward the edges of the map, as you truly begin to learn, to read, to listen, that immense confidence starts to crack. Suddenly you realize how inadequate the map is, how complex the world truly is. They call this the valley of despair. You feel stupid. You see that the things you once called simple are actually profound. Your voice softens. You speak less. You start saying, "I don't know. I'm not sure." From the outside, it looks like you've lost your confidence. In reality, this is the first time you're seeing clearly. This fall, this hesitation, this aching, "What if I'm wrong?" This isn't weakness, my friend. This is a cognitive awakening. Remember Socrates' famous confession, whispered centuries ago. I know that I know nothing. That wasn't humility. That was a cry of courage, the acceptance that the map never truly existed, and that we stand face to face with the terrain itself. Right now, in which area of your life are you standing on that dangerous peak? Where are you refusing to doubt yourself? If you're 100% certain about something, if you have no doubts at all, if everything feels obviously simple to you, stop, take a deep breath, and tear up the map in your hands. Because ignorance brings certainty and comfort. Knowledge brings doubt and unease. But that unease is your only way out. True mastery isn't the place where you say, I've arrived. It's the place where you can finally say, I still have so much farther to go. Becoming aware of your own ignorance, rejecting the false comfort your mind offers you, this is the bravest act you can perform. Embrace the moment you feel stupid, because that is the only moment when you truly begin to grow wise. Remember this: the clearer your map looks, the blurrier your vision becomes. True wisdom begins where the map ends,